Hello guys, in this video we are going to be installing EVE-NG in Google Cloud, and Google Cloud gives you 300 free credits for you to use to do whatever you want in the platform. So if you sign up with a new account, they are going to give you $300 to use in 12 months. If you use it before 12 months, then you have to pay more. But make sure that you really use it in 12 months. And I'm going to make sure that you use it before the 12 months hits and they get rid of that. So the first thing that we need to do for this project is that you need to create a project. So if you go up here and you select your project, you are going to go ahead and create a new project, and you can call it whatever you want, right? I'm not going to do that because I already have one. So you give it a name and then you hit on create. So I'm going to hit cancel because I already have a project, and I name my project EVE-NG project. Okay. So when you are there, the first step that we need to do is that we need to go ahead and create a nested image, because that's how EVE-NG works. EVE-NG works in a nested image environment, and I believe you cannot do a nested image in AWS, but you can do it in Google Cloud and also Azure, and that's why you're able to really launch EVE-NG. So you cannot do it from AWS. So after you are in your project, the first thing, like I said, that you want to do is you want to go ahead and create that nested image. So we are going to go ahead and go to let's go ahead and not really, you don't even need to go to image, or you can even go to image, and then we can go to activate the cloud. Just make sure that you are under your EVE-NG project. If you are under your EVE-NG project, you should be good. And then after that is done, we are going to press the Google Cloud Shell, this one right here, and this little window is going to open. So in here, we are going to be pasting the command that is going to create the nested image for EVE-NG. So let me go ahead and paste it, and I'm going to leave this this command that lets you create a image in the description below, so you can just go ahead and paste it. I have it on a notepad, or it's a leaf pad because I'm using Ubuntu, and you can just go ahead and copy it from there and just do a Control-V right into the Cloud Shell terminal, and that should create your image. It should take about 30 seconds, I believe, for Google Cloud to create this image. Okay, and if you create a new project, it might ask you to enable the API, I think it's the APIs, and that takes like 2 minutes, and after that is enabled, then you can go ahead and run your command again, and that should work. There you go. As you can see, the status of my nested image says it's ready. So we are ready to go. So after you create that nested image, we are going to create a VM instance. So you are going to go into VM instance. We can close that that Cloud Shell like I did before, and then you can go to VM instance right here, and make sure that you are under your EVE-NG project, or whatever you named your project. We are going to go ahead and create a VM instance. Go ahead and give it a name. I'm going to name mine EVE-NG instance. You can leave all of this as a default for the region, the zone as well. For the machine configuration, you can leave the N1 series, and then you can just, at least you want to add 8 virtual CPUs and 30 gigabyte of memory. That should be good enough. If you want to add more, you can go ahead and add more, but it is going to be more money. As you can see right now, the monthly estimate is that if I run this 24/7, it's going to be $194, which is nothing for the entire month, and which is about 26 cents per hour, which is nothing if you think about it. And now Just make sure to pay attention to this. For the boot disk, we are going to be selecting the image that we created. Remember, we created a nested image. So you want to go to custom images. You want to make sure that whatever you created that image, you want to go to that project. Then you want to go to select the image, and here's the image that we created, that custom image. For the boot disk size, you can go ahead and change this. I'm going to let's go ahead and give it 100 gigabytes. You can go ahead and give it whatever you want, but I'm going to keep it at 100. If you want to change it later after creating the instance, you can go ahead and do that. Allow default access, that's good. And for the firewall, you want to make sure that you enable HTTP for community and also HTTPS for the Pro EVE-NG version. But if you're using EVE-NG community, you can just go ahead and allow HTTP and it's fine. But if you're using the Pro version, you can go ahead and allow HTTPS. Since I might do a Pro version later for this instance, I'm going to allow both of them. And then we are going to making sure that I hit everything. And series, make sure that this one is unchecked. We got our image. So it should be good. So now let's go ahead and create our image, and this one should take a couple minutes to create my instance. And after my instance is created, I'm just going to SSH into it, and you can SSH directly from the browser. And after you SSH into it, we are going to be installing EVE-NG, which takes about roughly, I would say, oh, look at that. I already have that instance up and running. So it is up and running. So what we need to do next is that we need to go ahead and install EVE-NG. So let's go ahead and first, like I said, we need to SSH into it. Open in browser window. Let's go ahead and allow pop-ups from Google Cloud. That's going to open a SSH window to connect to my machine. Or at least it should. Let's go ahead and try it again. There it is. Here goes my window. And it's trying to connect to my instance. Establishing that connection. There we go. So now we are good. So we are now SSH into the instance that we created with a nested Ubuntu image. So after that is done, what we need to do is we need to do the first command, which is sudo and then I, and then after that you want to do let me go ahead and copy this because it is a long command, and this is to start the EVE-NG community installation. There we go. So we are missing get. Let me see, did I miss something? HTTP. This one needs to be separated. There we go. So I'm going to add that command to it also. So what this one is going to do, it is going to download the EVE-NG software, right? So we can install it in this nested image that we added to this instance. So let's go ahead and pause this video, and then on the next after this is done downloading, we are going to keep configuring this EVE-NG community version. Okay, so we are done downloading, and after you are done downloading, the next command that you need to do is apt update. That's going to update it, and then after that we are going to do apt upgrade. And let's go ahead and say yes. And that's going to upgrade our EVE-NG. And there we go. It has been upgraded, updated, and upgraded. So after that is done, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and let me see if we can do a reboot from here. Yep, let's go ahead and reboot. And what we're going to do is we are going to try to connect to it again. Let's go ahead and refresh over here. This should be rebooting our EVE-NG. And let's go ahead and give it a couple seconds for it to reboot. So here we go. EVE-NG has been rebooted, so it will take you to this screen. So what you want to do from here, and this is basically the wizard. So you want to go ahead and enter the root password. Press enter. We are going to reboot it, and we are going to press enter. It didn't let me change the password, so let's go ahead and, well, I didn't change the password, I kept the same password. So if you want to go ahead and create a new password, you can go ahead and do that. Now the host name, I'm going to keep it at EVE-NG. For the DNS domain, example.com is fine. For the IP address, we have to select DHCP. You cannot select static, so let's go ahead and leave it as DHCP. If you want to go ahead and add an NTP server, you can go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that. If you have a proxy server configuration, I don't have one, so I'm going to leave it as the default. And there we go. So now EVE-NG should be all set up. And like I said, guys, you need to make sure that you select the IP set as DHCP. It is really important, otherwise it is not going to work. So after that is done, EVE-NG has been installed. Let's go ahead and close this, leave this page, and now you see that you have an external IP address. So we are just going to copy it, open a new tab. We are going to go HTTP : we are going to paste our IP address, and that's going to take us to EVE-NG, and we are going to log into it, admin and password. And there we go. We have successfully configured and launched EVE-NG in Google Cloud. And like I said before, Google Cloud gives you about $300 worth of credits for you to use in 12 months. And $300, I think I lab about 2 hours per day. And this instance that I launched, it says that it's going to cost around 26 cents per hour. 26 cents times 2. So that would take me a while to use for me to run out of the $300 credit that Google Cloud gives you. So that's the way you do it. And thank you guys for watching.